You know, I don't know exactly where I'm going to go with this today, but I woke up with a scripture. Two things happened to me this morning as I go through the woes of life. How many of you right now via this TV, YouTube, Facebook? I'm on Facebook. You guys could join me. I feel like that comedian, Vic Caroleo or something. He says, and all my friends on Twitter, Facebook, and he's a pretty funny guy. He's a little vulgar, so I don't listen to him much. But listen to me, guys. I woke up with two things that happened to me this morning. I'll tell you before the Spirit of God. I woke up and I heard in my bedroom a voice, like a crackling voice that said, "He's up again." I said, what the heck is that? I heard it in my spirit. He's up again. But it was an evil sound. And I started to realize it was the devil saying, oh my God, Vic is up again. He's going to bring havoc and destruction to the kingdom of hell. My God, when you get up in the morning, does the devil say, oh my God, Joe's up, Peggy's up, Linda's up, Frank's up? Because the devil knows you're going to bring havoc into the kingdom of hell. Come on now. If you don't have that testimony, you still have time to get that testimony. And then the next thing I heard by the Spirit of God is I seen Satan fall as lightning. Christ says, and I seen Satan fall as lightning. And then the next thing I heard, three things this morning. So I had to go right to the camera. He says, Victor, I'm the wheel in the middle of the wheel. That's spoken about in Ezekiel. I'm the wheel in the middle of the wheel. And I'm sure I could do something with that, preaching. But my God, I started to think about that on my way to work. I started to say, God, what does that mean to be the wheel in the middle of the wheel? He says, Vic, I'm the wheel that's concerned about every believer's life. I'm the one that keeps everything moving forward. He says, I'm the one that's responsible to bring you before the Father as the righteousness of God through the blood covenant. I'm the one. Though you may have a problem in your life, I want you to know today that He's the wheel in the middle of the wheel. He's responsible to keep things flowing in your life. So sure, if you start to draw and say, man, I went through some tough times in my life, like the man that was walking on the sand, and he says to at the end when he gets to heaven, he says, I didn't understand something, Lord. I'm totally confused. He said, what's that? He says, I was walking, there was two footsteps in the sand consistently. There were two footsteps. He said, but then at certain times of my life, there was only one. He says, and I made a correlation. It was when I was in the worst times of my life. He said, why did you lead me in the worst time of my life? And the Lord tells him, son, I didn't leave you. I was carrying you. My God, people, the Lord is carrying you. Some of you are going through problems. You're going through pain and suffering. But I tell you right now, by the Spirit of Holy Jesus, He's carrying you. I started to take some things that I see in the earth today, and I'm starting to see, since the problems we have through different things we're going through, and these messages are timely. You can listen to this message in 10 years, so I don't like to say exactly, but you know what I'm talking about if you're listening to this now. And I noticed something. People became very rude, unfriendly, non-loving. Timothy talks about it. He said they'll have a form of godliness, but they'll deny the power. He said, from such of these, turn away from. He said they'll have no natural affection, no natural affection. I tell you, my God, since the problems have come on the world has now become rude. I was walking into a business meeting, and I was seeing on the elevator, everyone staring down, looking. No, there was no friendly faces. Everybody was like, I got to get out of here. I don't want to catch anything. I don't want to be involved with anybody. I felt that sometimes I'd start to speak to somebody because I like to preach the gospel. They had no time for me because they were afraid. And then the devil has set another component into life now. He set fear. So we got people that are being captivated by fear. They're gripped by fear. They already had fear, but now it came up to another level. But I come here to preach you happy today. I come to tell you he's the wheel in the middle of the wheel. My God, he keeps it all going. Don't you worry about a thing. How many of you know that song? Don't you worry about a thing. Your Christ is in control. He's the wheel in the middle of the wheel. He's going to bring you forth. He's got destiny set in his heart for you, and he's setting the destiny in your heart. So don't you worry about a thing. I'm telling you, hear my words. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing.